Guy on line 3 is a good caller. No, I'm afraid to take it. I'm so terrified of the callers I'm getting. I'm going to take no more callers tonight. I can't take it anymore. So I'm going to give you a leek recipe right now on the Savage Nation. So here's what happened. Let's see. The myth of saturated fat. Let's start with that. It's actually healthy for you. All of you who think that it raises your cholesterol and you should eat oats, pits, peas, and barley groats, you've been mistaken. It explains your fatigue and depression. One of the reasons that the American male is falling apart in America mentally is because he started to eat diets that were not meant for him. Your father actually ate a healthier diet than you do. I didn't say start smoking Philip Morris, nor that you should roll in saturated fats, but this whole myth that you should avoid meat and you should avoid flesh and you should only eat vegetarian and raw foods is utter nonsense. In doing so, what you're doing is reducing your intake of very important nutrients for brain energy. For example, carnitine, which is generally only found in meat. B6, iron. Many women suffer from B6 and iron deficiency because they're vegetarians and they eat sushi. They think that they're doing something good for the planet, when in fact what they're doing is weakening their minds as well, making them subject to any kind of mind control imaginable. They have absolutely no resistance to mind control because of these diets. So let me tell you what I did last night. I bought lamb chops. I did it not so much as on a political act, but because I was craving the energy of lamb chops. I did feel bad for the lamb, I'll be honest with you. As I looked inside the cellophane package, or whatever they use as a plastic wrap at Safeway, I did notice that the lamb, it said, was raised on all grass in New Zealand and then sacrificed for me. So I bought 8 lamb chops. I bought sweet potatoes, not to be confused with yams, because I don't like yams. They get me sick. They're much different. Sweet potatoes are much different. And then I bought leeks, and I haven't eaten leeks in a long time because they're very difficult to prepare. And most people ruin leeks when they cook them. What they do is they steam them. They have no flavor, so no one eats them. They're extremely nutritious. Anyway, to make a long story short, I used a new recipe. You want to hear it? Yes or no? Raise your hand. If you ladies out there want a new holiday recipe that will liven up your dinner table and make everyone say, Mary, where did you get that recipe for leeks? You'll say, well, I heard it on the Savage Nation. That nut gave you a recipe for leeks? That right-wing nut? Yeah, well, he's written 26 books and he's got a PhD in nutrition. He must know something. Okay. Well, what's your recipe for leeks? Well, here it is. You ready for this? You put your olive oil in the pan on low heat, not high heat. You don't want to burn your oil. You run the heat low. Make the oil warm, not hot. Okay? Warm it, warm it, warm it, warm it. Now, of course, you have to wash the leeks thoroughly, dry the leeks thoroughly, and cut them in little circular pieces, if you know what I'm saying. You're not cooking them in the long way. You're cutting them up into little, round cylindrical pieces, mainly the white part of the thing. So they look like little round pieces of onion, right? And then you, before you do that, here's the fun part. Get some ham. Some people use pancetta, but I don't like the fat in pancetta. Get some lean ham and chop up 1 or 2 slices only in smaller pieces, almost like bits, and put the ham into the oil until it starts to cook. Don't let them turn black because you'll ruin the flavor of the dish. Just keep cooking it until they start to look like they're cooking. Now put your cylindrical pieces of leeks and cover the entire pan with them, and then keep turning them so they don't burn. It'll only take 15 to 20 minutes. Again, keep the heat low. Don't turn the heat up. You don't want to saute them on high heat. You'll burn the leeks. You'll burn the ham. It'll be a mess. About halfway through the cooking, cut up some onion, not a lot of onion, and don't chop the onion. You don't want to use pieces of onion. You want to get some of those round pieces of onion, maybe 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 round pieces off the onion that you cut in a cylindrical manner, and put them over the dish so that they gently suffuse the juices of the onion go into the leeks and to the ham. And that's it. That's the whole deal. 15, 20 minutes. Put the cover on it. Push it to the back of the stove. Let it sit there and wait for you. It will liven up any dish for any Bolshevik listening to the show. I cannot promise that Mensheviks will like this dish as much as Bolsheviks, but I can assure you that any Bolshevik family will enjoy leeks a la Savage. I'll be right back.
Savage.